Yes. So, yeah, nice. Hi. My name is Madara. I'm going to skip my surname. You have to be really smart to pronounce it. Lightspace Technologies has developed the world's first augmented reality headset to finally be used in professional use case, and more specifically in healthcare. But let's start from the very beginning. And this was the promise made already 10 years back that every surgeon, every physician will use AR glasses to guide the surgery, to have much more precise cuttings, to have less invasive procedure. But unfortunately, the reality is on the right side. And then, of course, there was the vision that AR glasses will be used in all kinds of professional use cases like visual guided maintenance, assembly, all kind of, for example, car servicing, and so on and so on. But what is the problem currently in AR market, VR as well, that AR hasn't yet delivered on its promises because of three main issues. And most of them are based on a very simple explanation that currently all AR, VR glasses, devices are based on a single focal plane. And in this image on the right side, you can see a very simple explanation that this focal plane usually is placed at 2-meter distance. And everything closer than that is simply out of focus. So what does it mean? It means that you cannot perform precise activities at close distance. And if we talk about surgeons, then surgeons usually work at stretched arms distance, that is close distance. And currently, technology cannot provide precise visualization at such distance. And furthermore, after 10 to 15 minutes, you are going to start to feel eye strain, headaches, somebody feel motion sickness, somebody wants to start to vomit or something like that. So all these symptoms are due to the fact that there is only one single focal plane, and it is the reason of vergence and accommodation conflict. What Lightspace has done differently. So instead of one, we are playing with several focal planes. So we do use all of them simultaneously. In such way, we do provide the whole field of depth, or a real, true 3D. So what does it mean? It means that we are able to project image, as I love to say, from tip of the nose to infinity. And we enable such complex tasks as, for example, surgery guidance. This is our very first product, which is actually right now on the manufacturing line already. And finally, we can say that there is a product of Lightspace out there. And this video, actually, what we have done during the pandemics is we had to integrate a very precise tracking solution in a way that surgeons can actually use it in operating room. The sensors which we have integrated are already used in operating rooms, so it will not take so much effort from surgeons to start using our system. This is the video what surgeons see through the headset, and actually, you can see our product out there. It's still a prototype which we brought with us today, but you can still test it. So the idea is that all tools and things used by surgeon are tracked, the headset itself is tracked, and patient is tracked. So everything makes the one joint system. To be able to do that, we have our own liquid crystal manufacturing plant in Ventspils, which, of course, we are very proud of, where we produce, as I like to say, our secret Coca-Cola recipe liquid crystal mixture, which we use in our liquid crystal diffusers on which is based our design. So far, 36 patents filed, 8 of them are granted. It takes a while to actually prove them. Who is out there? And this is a nice one. There, of course, is Facebook, yeah. There is Magic Leap, and there is Microsoft HoloLens. And all of them are based on a single focal plane. And as I already said, such things as close distance visualization and precision is not possible. So basically, those all are devices for consumers, gamers, entertainment, and so. while Lightspace, with its multifocal technology, is going towards professional use cases and can provide sub-millimeter precision. This one I like. This one I took from Microsoft HoloLens, actually, webpage. And what do they say is that they can provide an image at 2-meter distance, which is the best place where to actually visualize something like some dinosaurs walking around you. But if you want to start visualize some really complex tasks just in front of you, then Microsoft says that they recommend against ever showing something closer than 40 centimeter distance, otherwise you damage your eyesight. So you understand that any kind of professional use case at close distance is simply impossible with HoloLens. What we expect for the next upcoming years is that multifocal is something that will really take the market, while, of course, there are attempts working on holography and holographic images, but like real holography we haven't seen with a wide field of view and with vivid colors. It's still very raw technology to be used in augmented reality glasses. Input data. So far, we have used our headset with MRI, CT, or PET scans, or 3D ultrasound sonography works as well. So basically, all common medical data coming out from most used machines in medicine are compatible with our headset. To be used in pre-surgery planning in a way that doctors can see the whole field of depth of received images. Interprocedural guidance, probably I will skip this one and go more detailed into our current partners and use cases, because some of them I would really like to highlight, like Smith & Nephew is robotic equipment manufacturer coming from US, specifically for total knee replacement. And the thing is that they are producing equipment for total knee replacement procedure. So robots are doing the surgery. And now our joint project is that this robot is controlled remotely by a surgeon which is not in the operating room. Then in the last panel discussion, there was a question, if the patient is in the operating room, yes, patient is still in an operating room, but surgeon can control this remotely with AR glasses. I know it sounds like a science fiction film, but it's already becomes reality. Another use case, for example, is Medtronic is going to use Lightspace headset as a virtual desktop in a way that surgeon during the surgery doesn't have to look in the monitor and then on the patient, like to keep all the attention to the patient and work simultaneously with the data coming from CTs or whatever. This is actually also our go-to-market strategy, to partner up with all these medtechs in a way that we do deliver them outstanding image quality, and based on that, they develop specific apps. Due to our uniqueness, Lightspace has been invited to join the mixed reality group at FDA, which is Food and Drug Agency in US, to work on the new regulations, how AR, VR will be approved in healthcare applications in US. So we are in this group with only one aim, to get this one point into the regulation that only multifocal technology can be approved for such applications. The market is huge. I guess you all know that AR, VR slowly takes the market share quite significantly. And that's why we are going towards it. And behind it all, I would like to highlight one very special person for all of Lightspace team. It's our founder, Ilmars, which actually started it all already 8 years back. And with that, I want to say that it takes a lot of time to arrive at the moment when you have a product in deep tech company, and with very strong belief and insist on our idea, we have finally brought it to the market. And I would like to say a huge thanks to Ilmars. But in total, we are 64, and half of them are mostly R&D engineers. Now, slowly, we're growing also our business team, because we see that finally we have a product and we are going out there to show it to everyone. I would say that thank you. I have left some minutes only because I want to engage more with you, and I would like to receive some questions, and please, complex ones.
Thank you. Thank you for the wonderful, wonderful presentation. Very futuristic, truly, very futuristic. Are there any questions already in the audience? Please raise your hand if you have a question. Okay, there's one. Let's get a microphone. I'm going to first ask you a question from my side. So I think that when it comes to medicine and surgeries to the heart, wow, rocket science to me. I think a key factor is maybe not even in technology side, because I believe Lightspace will do it all. You will achieve your goals, but when it comes to the human side, there's a thing called trust. What about that? What about this factor? How do you gain trust, and what needs to be done so that one day that video that you showed with the heart is reality?
Trust. Latvians, we are first of all very creative. And we want to work really in an open way, and this is how we do. And also during the pandemics, for example, if we call somebody like Philips Healthcare or GE, and we say, hello, we are from Lightspace, they say, who? And it's like the thing you have to do, you have to make trust. And to do that, we simply shipped our demo device to them and remotely explain them how it works and what they have to look at, and so. And this is how we build the trust, and this is how we are going to continue. And afterwards, they understood that despite there is a Microsoft, there is also Lightspace, and this is how they started to work with us.
Very good. So hands-on approach in trying the tech yourself. Very good advice. Thank you. We had a question there, please. Who are you? Who do you represent? And your question.
Bernhard Nussbaumer from the Austrian Center for Medical Innovation and Technology in Austria. And I have a question. Could you go a little bit more into detail about the technology you're using to get that amazing multifocal
You mean
design?
from optical point of view?
Yeah, from the optical point of view, yeah.
Okay, sure. So as I started to mention that we have our own liquid crystal fab. That's the place where we produce liquid crystal diffusers or layers. So we take those layers and put in a stack, a solid-state stack, and then we project a light into this stack. And this is how we can do it. And then what we do it really fast. So fast that you cannot see it by your own eyes. So basically, we drive them simultaneously or sequentially. So meaning that we are taking a 3D object, for example, this sofa, and we are slicing it in many slices and projecting them on these screens. And this is how we can get this real 3D image, and you perceive it, and you can test it actually out there, in a way like a real object. It's not flat, but it's actually there in a real 3D coordinates. And this is what is missing in all existing technologies, that they show you a flat image, and only by tips and tricks, they just tell you that it's 3D, but it's not. And this is the point when you start to use vergence and accommodation conflict, eye strain, headaches, motion sickness, and so on. So instead of all that, we are having this multifocal approach, which is like really real 3D in front of you. I hope I explained you a bit.
Thank you.
All right, one quick question, and that's all the time we have. Quick question, quick answer, please.
All right. My name is Roland Sozovic. I'm with IBD Consulting. I have a question. Sorry, it's not so quick, but basically consisting of two parts. So you are basically working with a number of partners to bring your technology to market. Can you talk a bit about how are you managing relationship with those partners, and how are you making sure they are successful? Because unless they are successful, probably you're not successful either. And second question I would like to ask is, how do you manage their expectations? Because I imagine probably they ask for quite a lot of different features, and then you need to make a difficult product decisions whether you want to include that feature or not, or else you will end up with many versions of your product that is very difficult to support.
And what was the first question? Joking. And how do we manage expectations? That's a good one. And shipping around our headset, which was last year still prototype, we did it a lot. And you have to manage expectations, because as a deep tech and hardware, it sometimes doesn't work. And we always give a very straightforward user manual. Do that. If it doesn't work, then let's try like this. Yeah, that's one thing. And another one, of course, our partners have to succeed. And for that reason, we have an internal team which assists those specific projects. For my example already before, that specific remotely guided robotic total knee replacement procedure. We have this joint project. We have specific teammates which are involved in this project, and we have to answer them all those questions and work on that. Otherwise, we have some partners with whom we just show our headset or glasses, whatever, and then they have some ideas how to use it, but if you don't work with them and you don't engage with them, it simply doesn't proceed. Yeah, it stops over there. So you have to, put there quite a lot of effort and time. Yeah.
All right, thank you. Thank you. I think that's the all time we have for this first part. Ladies and gentlemen, Madara Kalniņa-Kalnmale.